Right now, a ship the length of 4 football fields is crossing the Pacific. It's carrying 24,000 boxes, and before a single one of those boxes reaches a store shelf, a warehouse, or your front door, someone is going to collect a fee on every single one of them. That someone isn't a government. It isn't a bank. It's a port. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how much money that is, down to the dollar per minute, why the people who own the world's biggest ports are quietly richer than most nations, and the one number that will completely change how you see the world every time you buy anything. Let's go. Here's the fact that breaks most people's brains. Over 80% of everything you own arrived by sea. Your phone, your food, the clothes you're wearing right now. 12.7 billion tons of cargo cross the world's oceans every year. Every single ton passes through a port, and that port charges a fee on every box it touches. It doesn't care if the economy is good or bad. It doesn't negotiate. Ships keep coming. Fees keep flowing. This isn't a business. It's a toll booth on civilization itself. But here's the part almost nobody knows, and we'll get to the exact numbers in a minute. A port doesn't even need to be the best. It just needs to be the only option. Before we talk about the money, you need to understand the 3 tiers, because not all ports are the same game. Tier 1 is a regional terminal. Think the port of Wilmington. A new container terminal there is being built for $669 million. It handles local cargo. It's profitable, but it's the port equivalent of owning a strip mall. Tier 2 is a national hub. The Port of Los Angeles, busiest container port in the Western Hemisphere for 25 consecutive years. Public ports like this aren't for sale, but private terminals inside similar hubs trade for hundreds of millions to over $1 billion. Tier 3 is where things get disturbing. Shanghai alone crossed 50 million TEUs in 2024, 1 TEU being one standard shipping container. One port, 50 million boxes in a single year. The top 20 ports in the world moved 414.6 million TEUs in 2024. 9 out of 10 of those are in Asia. China holds 4 of the top 5 spots. And here's your first, wait, what? Moment. To build a world-class port from scratch today, you need a minimum of $1.5 billion. Just to start. Large-scale ports with full logistics infrastructure run $5 to $6 billion. The Grand Fa port in Iraq cost $3 billion. Algeria's port of El Hamdania, one of the largest recent projects on Earth, is valued at $6 billion. That's before you hire a single crane operator. So where exactly does all the money come from? And how much are we really talking? A port makes money 3 ways: container fees, storage fees, and the city-sized economy that grows up around it. Every box that moves through a terminal pays a handling charge. Multiply that across millions of containers, and the math becomes almost offensive. DP World, the Dubai-based empire that operates port terminals across 78 countries, grew revenue per TEU by 13.9% in a single year. Their total ports revenue hit $7.7 billion in 2024, up over 20% from the year before. Then there's storage. A ship docks. It unloads 10,000 containers. Some move immediately, many don't. Every day a container sits in your yard, the owner pays a demurrage fee, a clock that never stops ticking, and you're the one getting paid. Then there's the ecosystem nobody talks about: the warehouses, the free trade zones, the customs brokers who all need to be within driving distance. 80 Ports Group in Abu Dhabi understood this better than anyone. They don't just run terminals, they built an entire economic city around their ports. Result? $4.7 billion in total revenue in 2024, 5 times what they made in 2020. Not from luck, from owning the road and charging everyone who uses it. Now here's the part that should actually scare you. Stay with me, because this is where the casino comparison breaks down completely. In a casino, the house has an edge of 1% to 15%. You could theoretically win. In a port, there's no game. There's just a fee. The world's largest container ships are nearly 400 meters long. They need water at least 16 to 18 meters deep to dock. Only a handful of ports on Earth can physically fit them. If your cargo is on one of these mega ships heading to the US East Coast, it's going to the port of New York/New Jersey or the port of Virginia, nowhere else. You don't negotiate with the port, you pay the fee. That's not a business edge, that's geography as a moat. PSA International, Singapore's state-owned port operator, handled a record 100.2 million TEUs in 2024. Revenue, $5.7 billion. Net profit, $1.1 billion. EBITDA margins near 35%, well above the industry average of 25%. DP World generated $20 billion in revenue with a record EBITDA of $5.5 billion. These aren't businesses, they're toll booths on the arteries of civilization, and those arteries don't close. But here's the catch, and this is the part most people selling you the passive income dream leave out. 3 things will kill you. Capital costs that never stop. The world keeps building bigger ships. If your port can't accommodate them, the shipping lines reroute, and your volumes collapse overnight. The Port of Virginia just committed $450 million just to stay competitive. DP World spent $2.2 billion in capital expenditure in 2024 alone, and committed $2.5 billion for 2025. You don't build a port and retire. You build a port and spend forever upgrading it. Geopolitics. In 2024, Houthi attacks in the Red Sea cut ship transits through the Suez Canal nearly in half. Ports on those routes watched volumes evaporate. You can own the best-run terminal in the world and lose half your traffic because a conflict erupted 2,000 miles away. And here's the third, the one almost nobody mentions. You never actually own it. Most ports operate on government concessions, 25, 30, 50-year agreements where you build, operate, and eventually hand back or rebid. You don't own the geography, you rent it. So what does this actually pay if you do it right? Let's do the full calculation. Annual, monthly, daily, hourly, per minute. A mid-sized private terminal, $1 billion investment, annual revenue of $300 to $500 million. At a net margin of 20 to 30%, that's $60 to $150 million per year in profit. That's $5 to $12.5 million per month. $165,000 to $410,000 per day. $6,900 to $17,000 per hour. $114 to $283 every single minute, whether you're awake, asleep, or on a beach somewhere. Here's the one thing I want you to take away from this video. The richest people in the world don't build products. They don't sell things. They build the roads that everything else has to travel on, and then they charge a toll. Ports are the oldest version of that idea on Earth. The ships keep sailing, the boxes keep moving, and somewhere, right now, someone is collecting a fee on every single one of them. The only question has always been the same. Are you the cargo or the toll booth? If this changed how you see the economy, share it with someone who still thinks wealth is about stocks and real estate.